just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see the #2 team in the country, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Iowa Hawkeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Hawkeyes will put total leather to crank us up. Fielded in the end zone, it's Segal. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Demon Deacons return man hardly helped out the offense with that one. When this guy comes onto the field, David, he seems to bring the it factor with him.
So much fun as a play caller to have a guy you depend on, you trust. You know, Palmer, you're going to get the best out of this young man.
He's also one of those guys, David, who just elevates everybody else around him, right? All 10 guys in that huddle offensively just seem to play better knowing they've got confidence in this game.
Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all off-season, so they better be ready to bring it today, David.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes. And you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
He'll have the first down as he gets it to the 28-yard line before he stopped. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early.
And I think on that last run play on third down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team. We're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They've got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
The incompletion brings up a second down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And it's picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is a team that believes they're way better than what their record indicates. I know they've got a losing record coming into this one, but they felt like they could make some plays early in this one to show the rest of the country just how good they are. Phenomenal job on defense. On the opening drive, getting the pick, and now setting the offense up here early with great field position.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody would bail him out, like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going.
Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays, and I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw it this route.
On second down, wants to throw it. Got a man. It's Flanagan. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down.
Really nice job by quarterback and wide receiver. This is why you do film work. This is why you throw on air all offseason. I know I get zone coverage. I know exactly where I'm breaking. I know exactly where to deliver the football. Nice throw, nice catch.
Fires to the wideout. He got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Man, this quarterback is living dangerously right now. Obviously, he threw a pick on the last drive. He's trying to complete that throw, but the defender gets a hand on it, tips it up in the air. That's oh-no. That is an oh-no situation. They're lucky that one hit the ground.
He's going to fire deep. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. The Demon Deacons will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. Iowa has the ball back on offense. That fumble in plus territory just... And the ball is picked off. Trying to take it back. And it's going to be a pick six. Touchdown, Demon Deacons. That's one of those plays you put a highlighter beside it, can really swing a game.
100%. There's a couple plays a game where you go back and you look, you're like, man, that changed the whole outcome. What an unbelievable...
It's 7-0. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. But none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. The Hawkeyes in the hurry-up. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. He'll have enough to move the chains. It's first down at the 38. No huddle here for the offense.
Nice job by this offense converting the third down. Listen, third and short, they know you're going to run the football, and they still did a great job being physical. Third downs has been such a struggle for this offense. Bottom 50, one of the worst in college football. Nice job on that play.
Getting some heat. With the catch, it's Gallagher. Oh, the ball's on the ground. Oh, unfortunate to get that one back, and as an added bonus, they get the first down. And the Hawkeyes are moving quickly down the field.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Got some room to run. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Just buried him. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
And that is exactly why you stick to running the football. Haven't had a lot of success, but boom, you pop one, right? That's what you got to do. You cannot become one-dimensional and just throw the football every down. Love the offense, sticking to the run. Nice job getting the first down.
And the first guy couldn't get him, but the second one does, but not until he picks up the first down. From the 17-yard line, it's first and 10. Running back searching for a hole. They'll pick up 4, second and 6 coming. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give to the back. Aaron is trying to bash it forward. He got a couple. It's down at the 11. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Here's the handoff. Just destroying his way through the field. He has 60 yards on the ground, and he is well within striking distance of a 1,200-yard rushing season. And the Demon Deacons trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wake!
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Iowa has the this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just
going to take a shot. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. So they're facing third and short from the 25. Gives it to the back on the draw. And the defense knew exactly where that first down line was, and they stopped him short. The Hawkeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollock.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. He's looking for a man on second down. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. The Demon Deacons come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Swings it out to the flat. And there is nothing doing on that one. You got the completion and nothing else to show for it. We've reached the end of one, and as is tradition here in Iowa City, we take a moment to say hi to the children of the University of Iowa Stead Family Children's Hospital. Hello, kids. Always a treat to be here at Iowa and take part in a special moment. Hope these kids enjoy the rest of the game as we play on into the second quarter. They want to just keep throwing it. He's got an open man. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Wake Forest.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got
that 37-yard touchdown pass. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a three-possession hole, Jesse. And that is interception number 3 on the day. He was dreaming of getting a few more on that return, but they'll take it in business at the 32.
This is a career game for this linebacker. You don't see a lot of linebackers get 2 picks in a game, but this guy's done it. He's done an outstanding job in zone coverage and in man, and he's showing his coaching staff he's got pretty good ball skills too.
Put it right on him. Sweet play, good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
And I love that play call. There's a great example of sudden change situation, right? Your defense gets the turnover. You get it right back. The very first play, let's be aggressive. Let's take a shot and see if we can catch the defense napping. Boy, oh boy, did that ever work out great.
And defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football.
Just plowing ahead. He's now up to 70 yards rushing so far in this one, and he's closing in on 1,200 for the season. And the Demon Deacons have it with a first and goal. He's dropped behind the line
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Quarterback checking off. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. It's good. And that lead grows even bigger. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game. And you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half. And it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
And the Hawkeyes will move the sticks with the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited, and the fans aren't going crazy, but those are the plays that in the fourth quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel...
Trying to burn this defensive back. And he makes the catch inside the 20. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down.
I love when you back the defense off. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy at 2nd down.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Now facing a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Gallagher. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. And he'll boot one from the right hash. He ought to be able to navigate that angle from this distance. Splits the uprights right down the middle. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Offense set on 1st down. Leaves it with the running back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Demon Deacons send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes a move. And the returner will be brought down. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. And to to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
Well, quarterback went down behind center pretty quick that time, and it makes you wonder as a play caller, against this pass rush, do you start thinking about maybe rolling your quarterback out and changing the launch point?
Catch in the middle, it's Gallagher. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Hawkeyes will punt it away on fourth down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. How about this? It's out of bounds inside the 10, and they're going to mark it right around the 5-yard line. What a great job there. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive, so someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
He'll pitch it. At the 15, he's loose. All kinds of room to the right. He's inside the 40. The 20, 10, and the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, Wake Forest.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Memphis needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from trailing by 7 to Charlotte. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. On second down, he'll try to make the connection. Caught over the middle. It's Gallagher. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. And the Hawkeyes want to move quickly. Feeling some heat. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. They bring the punter onto the field now. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He's got great speed. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. First snap of this drive will come from the 46. They'll run it to the right. Just ran him over. He now has 79 yards rushing and getting ever closer to that 1,200-yard mark.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down, understand the situation, understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
Just inside the 40-yard line, it's 1st and 10 from the 39. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. On second down, looking again to throw. Fires to the tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. I think a big part of this for young quarterbacks out there is if you're going to be throwing into zone coverage, you got to throw on time. You can't stare down receivers because the entire defense has their eyes.
Throws toward the end zone. And he intercepts it. And the defender is tackled, and that's how we'll run out the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, a stirring start to things today in Iowa City as we say hello from our broadcast studios. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. With that said, let's kick it back to the guys inside Kinnick Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. And the Demon Deacons will boot it away to start the second half. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Iowa has the ball back on offense. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. The give to the tailback. Nice move to keep moving. And the runner is down, and so is a flag. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. So after the penalty, a little extra ground to cover on first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on second down. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. Quarterback on the move, still looking.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. Pocket starts, and the ball's out, and they're after it. Bounced right back to them.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
The Hawkeyes will send out the punt unit. Fourth time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. Makes the grab at the 10. He'll get it out to about the 20-yard line, and that's where they'll mark him down. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over. Move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
He's piled up 87 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. On second down, wants to throw. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. Quickly complete. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He'll run it again. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make 3rd down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know 3rd down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
Throws to the wideout. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
3rd and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls in.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. They'll try to pick up the first. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on 4th down and you decide to run the football, you got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward. They're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
Gets it out fast. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the 1st down.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
Quarterback now breaking the field. And he can find a receiver, and down he goes. No one's been able to keep him off the quarterback. Career sack number 50.
Like, honestly, in today's college football, if you get 10 sacks in a season, that's considered a really good year. You might be an All-American. To go
grabs it inside the 10. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense, 1st and goal from the 7. After that huge gain, now a chance to cash it in from just outside the 5. And he dropped it, just didn't look the thing all the way in.
Well, the quarterback had the look he wanted. He had his big fella down here in the red zone. That's supposed to be an easy pitch and catch, but his buddy puts it on the floor.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Makes the grab. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Well, he made the grab, but the doors closed quickly after that.
And I like this. I want to find my running back, but man, he's got to do a little more damage after the catch. I need a stiff arm.
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa! Great example of how a 2nd half can really change everything for a team.
No doubt. 1st half, it looked bad. It looked like it was bleak. It looked like it was ugly. But now you're starting to get it turned around. Then more drives like this is what's needed.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time and put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the balance with this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
After missing the connection last time, it's 2nd and 10 from the 22. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. Now on 1st down from the 43-yard line. Gets it out quickly. At the 45, on its way. And they exploited that soft spot, and they get it down to the 35. They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run, now they hit him with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. What's covered?
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
This is one of the reasons I love this linebacker. He is an outstanding pass rusher. He's got speed, he's got quickness and agility to avoid the offensive linemen, running backs, and tight ends on his way to the quarterback.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. Unloads to the wideout. Another incompletion on third down.
Really nice third down sub defense there that time. It's third and long. They're expecting a pass. They're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up fourth.
Makes a grab enough for the first. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. The Demon Deacons have it with a 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it 1st and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Wants to go up top. Safe completion on the screen. Touchdown, Demon Deeks! And the punishment has been extended. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions, and just carving this defense up.
He'll try to tack on one more. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Cal is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Aaron Rodgers should never be counted out of any game. They're trailing by just 4 to Miami. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Right through his hands and incomplete, and he'll want that one back. It'll be 3rd down. They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the 1st down here. They've got the screen set up. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. And the Hawkeyes will punt this one away. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Hauls it in, looking for space. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time and took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Grab near the marker. It's Siegel. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to the back. Ball down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs. Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. They'll give it to him again. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
We've reached the end of the quarter, and Wake Forest has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. 2nd down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. They're trying to get to him. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to him and forced the incompletion.
After the second down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. Makes his connection. They are on the move. As they pick up the first down, they'll spot it at the 28.
Defense is about learning the plays. 3rd down, what do they like to do? How do they do it? So far, the offense having a little bit of success, but the defense now, you got to figure out what they're doing.
Pre-snap motion in the backfield. He's looking to throw it. Takes the easy throw in the flat. And oh, did they know that one was coming? They'll knock him down in the backfield. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After losing a couple of yards, it's now 2nd and 12 as they try to keep this drive moving. Looking to throw it again. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2. 2nd and goal for this offense. They'll run it up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. They relentlessly move forward. Now it's getting down to cases. 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Wake! And the stomping has commenced. That might be the proverbial 4th quarter dagger as they try to finish off their 12th straight win.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position, and the returner will be knocked down. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. A little screen to the running back. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. The quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
He's going to pass. Got the quick pass. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. The Hawkeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. Starting to feel a little pressure. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yards. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Fires to the big fella. And the Hawkeyes have enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on 1st down. Trying to get to it. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the 4th quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. Still running at the 40. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. The snap sets up to throw. Got it set up on the outside. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Just inside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the 19. They're going to run it. Fights off the defender. And he picks up a 1st down. That is not a flag on the play. It's just lingerie on the deck after that move. The Hawkeyes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. And after that strong play on 1st down, they're right on the cusp of a score. 2nd and goal. The pass is incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield, and that shot the quarterback took might have been a little too much. So the offense gets an automatic 1st down after the roughing the passer penalty. And guys, bringing the heat is what any defense is about, but you have to stop short of making that official reach for his flag. Pushes for the goal line. And this was just a low man wins battle right on the doorstep of the goal line, and the defense comes up with the stop. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Go straight ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Hawkeye! Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
So much for the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Steps away to find some room. He'll turn it loose out to the right. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. So what do they have for 3rd and short from their own 23? They'll try to get it through the air. He looks that one in nicely. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Trying to find his man on 1st down. He's got it. Still on his feet at the 45. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. And the Demon Deacons are moving quickly down the field. Looking to move it through the air. He fires one deep down the right side. No gain on 1st down after the incompletion. Now 2nd and 10 from the 40. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got his man quickly. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
The Demon Deacons will have it 1st and 10. He wants to throw. Fires to the wideout. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. And he'll pick up the first down after a tough run there.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the fourth quarter. You know you need to get a stop. And you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you. Well,
and we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet. And that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Iowa has the ball back on offense. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
there's nothing to say. This has been
Another interception. That's his fourth of the day. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Demon Deacons. The lead keeps growing, and so do the accomplishments. Moments away from a perfect regular season at 12-0.
Dude, this continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
They'll try to tack one more bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Memphis is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage to this point, but you take a look at the scoreboard and you see we have ourselves a tight game. They're up by 4 over Charlotte. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll start this drive with a pass. Throws to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third down, going up top. Wide open downfield. And it is a chunk play. A huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. They'll snap it from the 39. First and 10. He's looking to throw it. Takes a hit as he fires. He's got it. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Looking to go up top on first down. Quickly complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Here's his offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. And the incompletion brings up a second down. He's looking to throw. They're bringing heat. And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll take a shot. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
And that's a really good job by the defense, understanding the situation of football. It's 4th down. It's late in the game. You got a multi-possession lead. Take away all the deep stuff, make them force the football into coverage. They do, and they stamp this game.
Looks as if he'll get it up to about the 14-yard line. Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them. An absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, and it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been